Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of AskAJ. Quick rain check.
I was going
Literally.
to do a quick health check.
Yeah. He's not been very well. He's had a bit of a man flu.
Which is an understatement, really.
He's been very poorly. But he has had the big C test and it was negative, just in case you're wondering.
Yeah, that's COVID test, just to be clear.
What else is going to be?
Don't know.
Let's move on. It's raining here in Lakeland today, and I'm hoping to go wild camping this weekend, but at this rain, don't fancy going in the rain.
And I'll be still recovering, probably.
For the rest of the year. It's the first time you've been ill for a long time.
It is.
Those
Yeah.
masks are pretty good, aren't they?
They are.
And all their hand washing.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're here to talk about what to do if you're not happy with the valuation from the estate agent. So this has happened a couple of times recently where we've had our valuations queried up or down, and we're just here really to give a bit of insight into what you can do if it's not the valuation you're expecting. Now normally it is, I would say probably 9 out of 10 times the valuation is either what our clients are expecting or it's probably slightly higher than they were expecting because we are in a very bull market at the moment. But sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes we're giving a valuation of less than they're expecting. And although we have good reasoning, we don't always know all the other underlying factors. So, for example, we've just been talking to a gentleman today that said that he had a mortgage on the house that he needed to clear. Now, we didn't know that when we gave our valuation. You could argue it doesn't really change the valuation, but it changes the outcome for the client. So it's really important that we understand what the motivations are for the client, because we can give a really high valuation and say, look, this is worth a punt at this price in this market, but then the client could need to move really fast. So actually a fast move is better for them than a high value move. But also we had a house on the market last year at 1.25 that didn't sell. Lovely clients. We've known them for years, haven't we?
Yes, so that particular house has actually been on the market with various agents for now 9 years now. 9 years. 2012 wasn't it the first time it went on? It was at 1.5 million for 3 or 4 agents, and including us. And we took it down to 1.35. Eventually sold it, and just a day before exchange, it fell through. This was about 18 months ago, something like that.
Before the pandemic.
Yeah, the offer was, yes. And they've now had both their jabs, so I went a couple of weeks ago and we said, let's try again.
So they took it off the market for 18 months. They just had enough. They'd been on the market way too long, and it was getting to everybody. Phil kept in regular touch with them, but really the value of their house was more important than moving fast, and so they just didn't want to give it away. It was, it's a beautiful home, isn't it?
It is, it is. And the discussion was a few weeks ago, well, we struggled at 1.5 million for 7 years. That's not a short amount of time. We didn't get many takers at 1.35. Didn't rush out, but the market's now extremely strong. So which way do we go with it? And we decided that what we're selling at the moment and what everyone's looking for is exactly that, and therefore 1.5 is certainly a starting point and where we think it should be.
And we knew that we could get a lot more interest at 1.5. Now this is a discussion and a collaboration. We never try and lay the law down. There are some times where the client wants to go on the market at a higher price and we just don't think it's going to work. And then we give our best advice. On this particular occasion, they did listen to us and we did go up in value. And then we got offers considerably over that. So we knew we'd priced it right, and that the best offer was the most that house could be worth at that time. We had a similar situation a couple of years ago when we valued a house at, $750 actually. The owners wanted to go on at $800, which we felt was a stretch. We eventually sold at $925, so we can be wrong about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the market will always tell us that's a really important thing, because if it'd been the other way around and we'd said it's worth $900 and it was really only worth $750, not getting any viewings at all it's a very discouraging place to be, because you've no feedback whatsoever. So the topic of this AskAJ is, what to do if you're unhappy about the valuation on your house, and that is actually just talk to the agent that's giving it to you. So if it's us, we'll tell you our reasons for it.
And that's important that you have reasons for it.
Yeah.
And those reasons may counter your arguments anyway.
Yeah.
I think a challenge as well is when 3 or 4 agents go in and you get one at 1 million and one at 1.75 million, and you're trying to work out who has an agenda to potentially have no stock in the market and is trying to pick up the listing, who genuinely thinks they can get that price, who has given evidence to say this is what they can do, who has
case studies,
recent examples of selling those type of homes, and can be quite difficult for an owner of a home to come to terms with all these options and understand who is the right person to go with, what's the right valuation, which valuation is going to get the most money from. It's not necessarily the top one. So we can understand it is a challenge, and we certainly hope that the people that we speak to just ask us the reasons why, and to say, look, this person said this person said that, and we will openly and as honestly and transparently as possible explain our reasoning, explain our answers, and hopefully they will make logical sense.
Exactly right. And I think that, you know, there may be times when going on the higher price is a good idea, but there may be times where we say, actually, just let's go cautiously and let's just see how the market responds, because the market won't let a house go too cheap. It's impossible, because if it is too cheap, then you get competing offers, and we've had this several times over the last few weeks, that even when we've gone in with a strong price, we've still had competing offers. So even on one particular occasion when we went to the market at 1.2 million and the owner had hoped it was worth 1.3, and actually it sold for over 1.3 in the end, because he followed our guidance on the marketing and on the marketing strategy. So it's all about consumer psychology, really.
Yeah, and one thing to note as well is if you get a valuation 6 months prior or 12 months prior to the time you plan on going on the market, especially right now, there's some homes going on the market that we first spoke to 12 months ago, 18 months ago, the chances are that it's gone up by 10, 15, potentially 20%. And make sure you ask that question to revalue it. There are a few homes that we think have gone on that have potentially been fortunate that they were way overvalued a year ago, and now they've gone on the market now, and they've picked the perfect time to go on, because they've been able to achieve that price. But had they gone on this time last year, they're probably 10-15% over and would have sat there.
Yeah, I think having the chance to revalue is really important for us anyway as agents. It might be you've got 3 agents out, including Ashdown Jones, and you want to go with Ashdown Jones, but Ashdown Jones is giving you a lower valuation than the other 2. That doesn't mean that's the final selling price. It means it's a sales strategy. And if you got that 3 months ago and you're thinking about going to market now, you need a revaluation, because prices are changing so fast at the moment that what we gave you 3 months ago isn't necessarily what we're giving you now. So if you bring an agent in now and that agent is £100,000 more than we were then, that doesn't mean to say we wouldn't be the same or even more now. So it's really important to keep talking to all the agents you invite out. Keep talking to your favourite agent to get the absolute most up-to-date valuation for your house. And that can depend on a lot of things. We've had a big influx of buyers recently that have added themselves to our VIP buyers list. These are people with 800, a million, 2 million thousand. Yeah, 2 million quid, 2 million pounds to spend on a house, and they're ready to go. And so now we have these people on our list, we can gauge much more easily what they want and whether that thing's available. And when it's somewhere really unusual like Hawkshead or some of the little back streets in Ambleside or Chapelstyle or Grasmere, somebody will be prepared to pay way over the odds for that, because there's so little comes to market. So if you're not happy with the valuation, please talk to us or talk to your agent that's given the valuation, and just have a chat about the implications of that valuation and whether it's still worth selling now but changing the pricing strategy. And that's it, I think. Anything else you want to add to that?
No, that's it, I think.
Good. Well, whatever you're doing today, stay dry, because it is a little bit wet and miserable today. And I'm off to get my hair cut. Thank God.
Not died?
I'm dyed, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Ladies almost always get their hair cut and dyed at the same time. My daughter said to me, I've never seen you in as much grey. Maybe just go silver. Just go silver, I think. A friend of mine, Joanne, she's gone silver.
Probably wouldn't recommend it.
Because I'll stay single forever.
Well, I'm not sure that's a hair issue.
I think we should leave this now. We'll see on the next
actually, it's very
episode
grey, isn't it?
of Ask AJ and see if you can do like a before and after till. Like before the haircut and after the haircut. I'm coming to see you right now, Amy. Bye.